not my main point. Like, it's not about the verses. What I was trying to make my point is how can we explain the verses in the Quran? Because, at the same time, there are verses in the Quran where God said that Prophet Muhammad couldn't read and write, you know.
Who said Muhammad cannot read? Where it says that?
But this is a story when the angel Jibril visited Prophet Muhammad. Or like, is it like you can...
No, my friend, anyone who speaks Arabic, he should know that this is not true, because the word ummi does not mean he don't speak, he don't read or write. If you go in the Quran, in 2 seconds I will prove it to you. If we type the word ummi, this is the word the Muslim they keep using to explain that Muhammad is an illiterate, right?
Yes.
Okay, but this is the word does not mean a person who do not know read or to write. Remember here we are talking about God and religion. We are not talking about education of someone want to go to school. So Muhammad, he is a person who do not know God. He is from the Gomai. The Gomai is the pagan. If you go to chapter 2 as an example, not limited, verse number 78, it says here, and there among them the Jews. No, this is not about the Jews, actually. This is false. They add the word Jews. وَمِنْهُمْ أُمِّيُّونَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ الْكِتَابِ. And from among them, illiterate people who know not the book. So do you see who is the illiterate? It's someone who do not know the book. It's not about not knowing how to write, how to read. And this is repeated many, many times in the Quran. I can show you another verse. Chapter 3, verse number 20. Here is dividing the people to two kinds of people, Ummiyin and Muslims. Okay, why the Muslims are all the Muslims do not know how to write, how to read? The Quran call all Muslims Ummiyin. Here it says, those who they are giving the scriptures, between two brackets, the Jews and the Christians, and those who they are illiterate. Do you see it?
Sorry, it's in Arabic, so I cannot...
No, I'm showing you in English. Okay, let me give you the website I'm using so you can switch with me as I switch.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So the Muslims, sadly, they claim that they are the one who knows their religion, but in fact, we are the Christians who taught them their religion always. And this is why Muhammad, he refused to debate the monks who came to him from Najran. So here it says it clearly, if you open the verse, those who they are illiterate, between two brackets, and this is the Muslim translation, remember, not mine, between two brackets, Arab pagans. So those who they are giving the books are not illiterate. But is it possible that all the Christians go to school at that time? That is impossible, That is impossible. There's people who they are poor. There's no school, actually, I mean, the one who teach them usually at that time is a rabbi or a monk, the church. But no, there's no school. So the Quran divide the group of people into two. People who have scriptures, those cannot be called illiterate. Why? Because they are given a book. But doesn't mean all of them they know how to write, how to read. And the other group is the illiterate about God, about God. They are pagan. So the Muslim, they could not even find a very simple thing to explain their book. This is how I find Islam very awkward, and I wonder how in the world Islam is established and how the Muslim cannot see it. I mean, it's in front of you. It doesn't say that, or I'm making things up.
Yeah, the other thing is, as I told you always, there can always be like how you see it.
No. It's not about how you see it, my friend. We have to be clear here. This is how we see it, or this is how it is. It says the illiterate, who they are the pagan. So there's two groups. The people. Why the Quran is not calling the Christians and the Jews illiterate? Because they are not. They are not illiterate about God. They are people of the book. You cannot call someone he knew God and he have the book of God illiterate. So those who they are Gomai, those are the pagan, are the one who they are illiterate, and that is Muhammad. Let me show you another verse. I can show you tons of verses, not only that. Even Muhammad himself, he was sent as an illiterate, as a pagan, to the pagan. If you go to chapter 62, verse number 2, and let me give you the link so you can open it easy too. to make it easier for you to follow with me. Read with me. He it is who sent among the illiterate once messenger, Muhammad, from among themselves. So they are illiterate too. And he is illiterate. Do you see it?
You know, as I told you, I've seen your, and I've seen many debates where you have been speaking about these verses, and I've been also like following there. People say like, if we follow it as it says, a people among from themselves, in that case, it will be someone who is illiterate to someone who is also illiterate.
But there's no way all the Arab are illiterate. Illiterate here is about what? About illiterate who they are not having the book. Okay, I will give you another one. Does the Quran confirm that Muhammad is a pagan?
I'm not so sure about it, you know.
Okay, let us be sure then. In the Quran, it says, actually, I'm not sure what verse I will show you. I have tons of them, but I'm just trying to take a shortcut. Okay. If we go,
just one question, CP, so as I can follow you. So if I understand you correct, so you mean in this case that this think about that Prophet Muhammad is illiterate, it's not true. Is that what you're trying to tell me so I can understand?
Muhammad never was illiterate. Muhammad, he used to learn, and he learned how to write, how to read long before. Muhammad, he used to be a businessman working for Khadija, correct? And those who work in buying and selling, they have to calculate, they have to write down notes, because this is how trade work. You cannot be a person who go from place to place and you do not know how to write, how to read. People will laugh at you. People will fool you, will scam you. So in the Quran here, in chapter 93, it says, he found you lost, not as they say here, wandering, lost, and he gave you guidance. What was Muhammad lost? What does that mean if somebody is lost?
Yeah, it can be in the meaning like lost from religion.
Okay, but lost what? I mean, for sure not lost about finding his way in the street. So a person who follows the true God is not lost, correct?
Yeah.
All right. But we have more verses to confirm what we are going to talk about. There's more verses confirm that Muhammad, he have zero faith in the true God, as we see here in chapter 42, verse number 52. It says, Ma kunta tadri. Here we go. Do you know Arabic?
No, you know.
Okay, it's okay, no problem. But I'm just, because if you know Arabic, that will make it easier for me. So in verse number, chapter 42, verse number 52, it says, if you read with me here, thou knows not before that what was revelation and what was faith. This is the Muslim translation. You change the translation, by the way, you will find a new, suddenly new Quran, because every Muslim translation is a fiction translation trying to make the Quran look better. Different translation. It says here, you know not what is the book, nor what is faith. If I say to you, you have zero faith, you do not know what faith. What does that mean? Not only you do not know the book, you don't have faith. You do not know what faith. What do you think?
Of course, yeah.
Another, actually, just to make it more simple about Muhammad, he knew how to write, to read. When Muhammad was dying, he asked them to bring him papers and pen, like, you know, the ink pen, you know, old days. When he was dying, he said to the Muslims, bring me a paper and a pen, I will write for you a book. So you will not ever be misled after this. How Muhammad asking them for pen and paper if you do not know how to write, how to read. And he want to write for them. And this is, let me show you the hadith. Here.
You know, CP, what I was thinking.
Okay. Do you see the hadith? Before we continue.
Of course.
This is al-Bukhari. This is not any fiction, you know. This is very authentic. So he said, Muhammad in his death, he said, bring for me paper and I will write for you a statement after which you will not go astray. Do you see it?
I cannot see it in my, but I'm
okay, I will send you the link, no problem. Here we go.
Yeah, of course.
You can open it and see it. So a person who do not know how to write, how to read, he will not say, bring me a pen. You know, he will say, write for me this, correct? Is that correct?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, but he's not asking for a writer to write. He said, bring me a paper and a pen so I will write for you. Is that confirmed to you? Like now 100% that Muhammad, obviously he knew how to write, how to read?
You know, as I see it right now, but you know, I'm the person I like to take my time